Okay.
It says Borough. Okay, at 7 o'clock, I would call to order the April 15th meeting of the Columbia Planning Commission. May I have a roll call, please?
Member Leclerc,
Here.
Chairperson Wickenheiser,
Here.
Member Roach, Vice Chair Lynn,
Present.
Member Hartman,
Here.
Secretary Lynn,
Here.
Member Evans.
I would note that Nathan is not here because of his position on the Borough School Board, and there was a meeting scheduled for this evening that he had to attend. Okay, could we please stand for a moment of silence? Pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. All right, I will entertain a motion regarding the Planning Commission minutes of March 18th as they are in your packet.
So moved.
I have a motion from Brad. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second from Tiff. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. In your packet, you also have the minutes for the March 20th Joint Council Planning Commission meeting. I will tell you, these are not the minutes that were originally presented to Borough Council. There were revisions made. The original minutes listed some of the items that we changed, it listed some that we didn't. And at that meeting last week, it was decided that there would be the borough manager, Paul and myself, and Councilor Kelly Murphy got together the next day and reworked the minutes. And those are the minutes that you have presented here today. And there is a line there for Planning Commission to sign off, and then these will be forwarded to council for their approval. So do I have a motion regarding these minutes?
Mary, the minutes that were given in our packets are March 20th. And the minutes that I have to sign off on are March 18th.
Well, you have the minutes of our
Our
meeting
meeting and then
from the
special
18th,
Joint.
and you have the
I don't have-
20th was our joint meeting.
Do I have to sign off on the one for the 20th?
Yes, there should be a line there.
Whatever was in that folder, I think what you just had your hand on is what you need to sign.
Yeah, there's a line on the last
Yeah.
page.
That's what.
There's another page. So do I have a motion regarding the minutes of the joint meeting?
I'll make that motion that we approve. It's presented.
Okay, I have a motion from Tiffany. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Deb. Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you much. Okay. All right, we have no zoning hearings, no engineers review, no demolition application, public comments or questions. Under action items, we had forwarded from our last meeting to Borough Council to approve the printing of our executive summary. And what came back was, unbeknownst to me after all these years being on council and planning, We have a $500 budget every year. So it is up to us to spend our money. And if we choose to spend our money on the executive summary, Paula went back and got prices on the trifold, which was the one we really liked. I thought that was the best way to present it. And what are we looking at, Paula?
The quote for that for 100 is gonna be $395. You have a $500 budget, so you will have
You'll have $105 left.
Do you know what type of paper will be used?
I do not. It'll be nice. He brought did I have the samples at the last meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's gonna be that,
Is that great?
yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. I told him we're going with a blank back page.
Back pages, there's no reason to have anything.
Yeah. I think he was kind of hoping for our printing advertisement. And I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, no.
So I would assume within the next week and a half, 2 weeks, I should have it.
Okay. All
Where are they
right.
going to be
Do-
distributed?
Well, that's up to you guys.
I think what we were talking was about like to realtors, to the EDCs. Would they have something in
And
hand?
businesses would be
This
nice.
is for our comp plan,
And even if
and,
it's not here.
to have them available here. So,
So my question is, who's going to distribute them? Do I have any volunteers?
we got them in
I mean,
here.
if you gave a list of
I'll
places where you
volunteer.
wanted
I'll
it to
take
go.
them.
Yeah.
I'd be more than-
We could-
Do we want to
And I
put a
can
couple in
take
the
that.
library?
Mhm,
That would be nice.
yeah.
Since we held one of the sessions there, that was probably the
Right.
biggest one.
Mhm.
So we need a motion, right? Should I make a
Yeah,
motion?
could I
to
have a
approve the
motion to
printing of
authorize
those?
the printing of the executive summary at a cost of $395?
100, so moved.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion from Tiff and second from Deb to authorize printing of the Columbia 2040 executive summary in a trifold at a cost of $395. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now, this is kind of a repeat of what we did from our workshop, but I was trying to, since we cannot actually take votes and action at the work session, to move forward to get this back to council, that I would ask for permission, authorization to move forward with the changes to the table of permitted uses, to the addition of the data center and the definition, to the addition of the marijuana dispensary in the table of permitted uses under light business, light industrial, and general industrial, and to add the definitions from ordinance 885. To add tattoo and body piercing to the table of permitted uses as a permitted use under highway commercial with the definitions to be taken from ordinance 796. That the definition of a data center as listed below be added to the definitions within the zoning ordinance. That,
Light business, light industrial, and general industrial.
right, sorry,
That's
yes,
okay.
to be added to the permitted uses under light business, light industrial, general industrial.
And then the section.
That the definition in section 22019 for adult use be expanded to include smoke and vape shops. That the definition for a smoke shop be added to section 22019. And that the table of permitted uses, it be added to highway commercial as a permitted use.
Perfect.
Do I have a motion to make this recommendation to council?
I'd like to make that recommendation.
I have a motion from Tiff. Do I have a second?
Oh, second.
I have a second from Deb.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I hope we're covering things here now and that we can move forward with this. Like we were discussing, it could be into July till these things are actually in print due to the fact that these will have to be put in ordinance form by the solicitor. Will have to come back to us for review. We'll have to go to Lancaster County Planning for their review. And a hearing will have to be held prior to the adoption of these changes.
Right.
So this is just the first step, and this isn't going to get lost in the shuffle this time.
Great. Thank you for all your extra work with that.
Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any further discussion items?
Mary, under old business, we had this active legislation priority list, and we had talked about updating it, so I think that's what this one is that you included. But the only thing that I'm really seeing for us with Jessica is the accessory dwelling units. It does say that we're working with staff for the rezoning, which we
Before,
are, but is that all that we have on here?
no. We have the, right now, the short-term, well, the MIP project, which is what we're working on now. That's fourth item down. Text amendments related to the MIP project. That's ours, which is what we're working on now.
Right.
Right there, if you come down, it says PC reviewing now.
Right.
That is the
Text amendments.
rezoning on those text amendments. You come down again, and you've got the North Second Street properties, the downtown business district, which are all kind of together. They can all be dealt with together.
Mhm.
The accessory dwelling units, I think, Paula, did Jessica not have something she was getting ready to bring to us, and then we got pulled away on several months ago, quite a few months ago, on this McGinnis property? So sometime in the next month or so, we should get Jessica back in here and get moving on that. Okay. Really following.
Yes.
And as I made the comment at our joint meeting, our zoning ordinance. And in trying to find some other things, I was looking at other municipalities. Like we have non-residential table and we have a residential table. The city of Lancaster has a separate table for each of their zoning districts. It's not like you go in and see everything. And I found that interesting. What was the other one? This is Elizabethtown. They actually, for each of their districts, like here, I just printed out, this is the general commercial district. You can see, that lists all their permitted uses. It's right, it's right in. Those are their special exceptions. Everything is listed right in the ordinance. There's no tables. It's all part of the ordinance. I just wanted to throw that out there. There's other ways to write zoning ordinances.
That's a real good point, if I may. I know those tables existed as long as I've been in the
Mhm.
borough, that's what it's. I think it's just a carry on,
Mm-hmm.
that tight, the way it was done. What you're putting out, if you're a builder, developer,
Mhm.
respective property, you find out the zoning district, and you get that paid,
Mm-hmm.
look at everything you can do, if you're allowed to commit to do. It's so much easier to go through.
Yeah,
And I think it would cut
There's
down a whole lot of problems.
there's a page like that for every one of their
Mhm.
zoning.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like
noticed that.
A lot.
Mhm.
To the average person looking at those tables, the first thing they're gonna say is, what's DC? and
Yeah.
this
Mhm.
and LDR,
Yeah,
you gotta go back and you gotta look it up, back a couple other pages. There it is, bingo, done.
Yeah, it's a constant flipping because you see one thing, then you'd have to go to another section for parking, another section for signs,
Mhm.
another section for lighting.
Yeah.
So every time, you had to remember project and then you had to figure out where you were going after you got the initial.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was not user friendly.
Now, if you want to spend another year, gotta fight the zoning.
Mary, not to backtrack, but I was just quickly reading what
Justin.
Justin had
Right.
given to us, which I'd like to publicly thank, if he's in San Diego watching this right now, that he did a wonderful job. But
Yeah, he did.
he gave us a great definition for a data center, but he also asked us to consider amending the warehouse definition to include similar uses like package delivery services. He also said to add separate definition for package delivery service distribution centers with a maximum square footage, et cetera. Do we want to add that to what we,
I like the idea because of controlling traffic flow, since that was a concern at our joint meeting. And I think in the whole neighborhood it's a concern.
did you see this, Mary?
That's okay.
Okay.
I got the gist of it. There was a question and I know in the discussions, we brought up about warehouse. Everybody's mind went right away to this building square foot warehouse.
Right.
That you see around town. But there's warehousing that has to do with, FedEx or something. Small facility, bringing in the stuff from this area and taking it out. Maybe 2 trucks, 2 small vans go out.
Right.
and just distribute it. And I don't think you really want to exclude those,
Mm-mm.
for those kind of business. They're good business. They're good jobs.
Mhm.
And it's growing all the time.
Right.
You might not see these trucks around 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we actually, that's a special exception within the light business. So
So I pushed it
The
to
square
them
footage,
to
the
use
square
that.
footage keeps it at a size that you can live with. And when you live with the size, you also live with the traffic.
Right.
And we kept warehousing as a special exception. Yeah.
Do we need to send these items, to make a vote on these two items that Justin has and send that to council?
Well, you need to put the, you're looking at either amending warehousing to include similar uses like package delivery, or you're adding a separate definition for package delivery. And in either case, you're adding a maximum square footage, either for the warehouse in the light business, and in light industrial, general industrial, it could be any size, is what, am I reading this, am I interpreting this the same way? Or you add a separate definition for package delivery, which I have yet to find, with a maximum square footage.
I'm on.
Y'all didn't do a final draft on this
No, that's what I'm,
yet. You can add it in as a council. Right?
well, that's what,
Do it in-
that's what we're doing with this, with the marijuana, the tattoo, add the data center definition, do this with the adult uses. This is all going to be separate from what we've already done. So what do you have?
A carrier facility is a large warehouse or distribution center operated by a shipping company like USPS, FedEx, or UPS. It's a central hub where packages are received, sorted, and processed before being dispatched to their final destination or another carrier facility.
So would we define a package delivery service as the central hub?
Or just include that with warehousing.
Or do we just include it in with the warehousing?
A carrier facility plays a pivotal role in the logistics and shipping industry when you know, like that.
You know, theoretically, these Uber companies are package delivery services. They don't just deliver food, they now deliver almost anything.
I think it would be okay either way. It may be easiest to combine and add that in with the definition to be included in those logistics.
What do you see? The immediate areas.
Right. Justin.
And by intermediate, what do you put it to?
Square footage. Solicitor.
Yeah, the carrier facility is a large warehouse.
Okay.
Right.
You got that. And you got the reshape to this small one. There. Almost like the post office, Harrisburg and Columbia.
Yeah. Yeah, Columbia to Harrisburg and then back again. between a package delivery service facility and a warehouse. Draw a line with the maximum square footage of the building. The warehouse and distribution facility less than 100,000 or even 250,000 could be permitted by right. So that a package delivery would be 250,000 square feet or less.
Package deliveries, we pay. We say that packages are there.
Mhm.
Not being shipped to another facility. Just carry it to somebody who ordered.
So do we simply add the separate definition for package delivery services distribution center with a maximum square footage of 250,000 square feet permitted in the LBGI and LI, and keep the warehouse as an SC in the LB?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for pulling us back.
50,000 square feet
It's large.
is extremely large. I ran a warehouse up on Long Island that was 100,000 square feet, and I just thought it was endless. You know,
See, I have no concept of square footage.
Yeah,
It's
that's,
absolutely enormous.
So would you,
I think in the light business district, I think that is too big. I mean, that's a little too big.
Aren't
It's
facilities-
honestly, it's enormous.
Facilities that size, aren't they able to pull a truck into and unload
Absolutely.
it like at Kellogg's and places like
Absolutely.
that? That's where that square.
Yeah, that starts at $250,000 square feet.
Right, exactly. They even have trains that could avoid.
oh yeah,
So I'm just saying how big.
If you look at it like a UPS.
so what
that's like
size?
The UPS store, those are only like 4,000 or 5,000 square feet at best.
Well, we're not talking something like that, we're talking something that would load into those trucks that go around here.
So like what Naomi was saying, backing trucks up.
So would you, what square footage would you put to that? We're not talking a neighborhood UPS.
The warehouse that I had up on Long Island had 2 bays. And it was 100,000 square feet. It was endless. I had 40 people working underneath me. I'm not sure exactly
That would
what
probably
we're
take a
looking
few.
at here. How big do we want to go? Or how much do we want to restrict it?
Isn't it especially
1
section
acre.
anyway?
43,560
Square.
square feet. What you're saying, 5 acres.
So do you go with
That
the
would take up
100,000
a
square
lot on
feet?
this.
And the thing is, we're gonna put this out there. This is our recommendation. This isn't what,
I don't think you'd want to see a facility bigger than, say, 45,000. Just a little over acre.
I agree.
I agree as well.
can we even at a 50?
Visualize big.
Yeah,
Just
I
have it
go to
I
50.
was gonna throw out 50, but I was
50.
waiting until the mayor came up with, because I could see a computer.
Go with
Does
50?
50 sound good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Turn the
that
page
should-
over.
That should tie up everything then.
That should tie up everything.
Yeah, so they can.
So what
proceed.
I'm looking at is that we are going to add to what we have already. We are now going to add a recommendation to add a definition to 2019 for package delivery services distribution center with a maximum square footage of 50,000 square feet. And it would be permitted in the light business, general industrial, and light industrial warehouses. And we will make no change to warehousing as that is already an SE in the light business. So what I need to do is find a definition for package delivery. Okay. Do I have a motion do I have a motion to approve that being added to our list?
So
of
moved.
recommendations? So I have that from Deb.
I'll second it.
So I have a motion from Deb, second from Tip. Regarding package delivery services distribution center. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Perfect.
Okay, Brent, thank you for bringing that up. All right, do we have any other old business? Any new business? Paula, did we want to, under old business, you and I had had this discussion. The Steinman Foundation was to us last month with their plans for down there. And what Paula and I were discussing is whether there is any need for them to come back to us, that appears to be more of a landscaping and internal type renovation down there. That, the only outward effect on the borough is what they would plan to do with Bank Alley there.
And they were just before Harbor too. I don't see that they need to come back.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because they were here last month and they really did a good presentation to us. I'm really excited to see what they
Yeah,
want
that's
to do.
perfect
But
timing.
I also wanted to bring that up with Paul, and I had that discussion previously regarding that.
Great.
So if you are all in agreement on that, unless something else changes down there, I don't see a need for them to come back. Okay. Our next meeting is May 21st at 7 p.m.
Will we be having a work session at 6?
I think we'll, especially if we were to get Jessica to come back with the accessory dwelling units.
You'll let us know then, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'll let you know. This time we will plan on having a motion. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn at 7:30?
So moved.
I have a motion from Tiff, do I have a second? Second. I have a second from Brad. All in favor? Aye.
Aye. I hope y'all have a truly blessed Easter and spring. Take good care and enjoy.
We're done.